Man, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Everybody's a winner until it's inconvenient for them. Everybody's a winner when they get to do what they want on the floor. Everybody's a winner when it's going good, you know what I'm saying? But, when you have to sacrifice for the team, you have to do the right things off the floor to get ready for the games. That's when you find out who the real winners are. And the credit on that goes to Sam Presti. He's put true winners on this team, in this building, and it really shows.
In the midst of everything going on in the NBA, Nico Harrison getting deservedly fired, Wemby taking that third-year leap, Detroit extremely hot right now, the best player in the world debate, feeling like it goes back and forth every single night. Through all of that, it feels like the most important thing is legitimately being swept under the rug. Before Josh Giddey became the poster child to the word ankle breaker, literally, he was emerging as a legitimate star for Chicago. This year, Josh Giddey is flirting with averaging a 20-point triple-double. And it's not just this year. This goes back to last year. In his last 25 games going back to last year, Josh Giddey is basically averaging a 20-point efficient triple-double. Since January 1st of this calendar year, there's only 2 players above Josh Giddey in triple-doubles. It's the 2 best players on the planet. Now, where exactly am I getting at? Josh Giddey was traded from OKC to Chicago for Alex Caruso. And the only reason we're not thinking, damn, OKC really traded that guy, is because, bro, for them, it doesn't even matter. Alex Caruso justified the trade last year in Game 7 alone, guarding Jokic. But beyond his production solely, this trade doesn't really matter because we're witnessing one of the greatest machines I think we've seen.
They make you do that, just watching them again. You come away every time you watch them. Wallace and Caruso and of course Dort, like those 3 guys in particular, just they take such great pride on the ball. They're the world champions and they've got the best record in the league. They're a tough opponent, and we, like most teams in the NBA, they're not going to beat themselves. You gotta be at your best to beat them.
I made a video about OKC last year, right after their first championship, comparing them to Golden State and their first championship. People diminished Golden State's first championship based on their path, and OKC kind of got the exact same treatment. But even at that time, I had no clue how similar they actually were, and how, bro, we're actually watching the next dynastic team. In 2015, when Golden State won their first championship and Steph won his first MVP, Steph's numbers weren't the sexiest. That's mainly because this man sat 24th quarters because they annihilated everyone. The following season, even in the midst of one of the greatest seasons we've seen from him and them, do you know how many fourth quarters he sat? 21. Last season, even through Shea having one of the best guard seasons we've seen, do you know how many fourth quarters he quietly sat? 17. This season already, he sat 6 out of 13 fourth quarters, and he's on pace to miss 38 of them. In the history of the NBA, these are the MVPs that played the least amount of minutes per night. Steph at that time, pre-Giannis, was first. Even his back-to-back MVP year, he was still top 5, top 6. Last year, Shea was right below Steph. And this year, if he happened to win it again, this is where he'd be. Golden State's mantra at that time was strength in numbers. And I'm telling you, OKC, they've taken it to another level.
We're playing together as a team. We play with energy, we play hard, we play for each other.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Basically, everything is officially back. And to me, it's no better time to see your favorite players, teams across all leagues live. My friends over at SeatGeek, they want to ensure that you can do just that for the best deal possible. Everyone can use my promo code Swishout2025 to get 10% off any tickets. We love sports, but it's not just sports. This goes for concerts, festivals, comedy shows, really anything you want to see. SeatGeek does all the labor, and they rate their own tickets on a scale from 1 to 10. The green dots indicating the best deals, and the yellow, orange, red ones meaning you probably should find some different seats. Also, all their tickets are backed by their buyer's guarantee, so you can feel secure getting your spot. Click the link in my description box below and download the app. This way you can automatically have my code added to your account. That's 10% off any tickets with my promo code Swishout2025. Do it now. This is for a limited time only.
You have to like each other, which you can tell they love each other. You have to understand roles. They definitely understand their roles. You know, they got their top dog, they got their number two. Everybody come in, they know their role. From Shea, no disrespect, tonight was the first time I seen 23. To Brooks, everyone knows their role. And that's the way it has to be.
Draymond Green said this last year, and well, you can see him changing because he can even see now this is one of the deepest teams we've seen. Remember last year, there was this narrative around this team not being able to win it all because they didn't have a secondary proven star. Well, that secondary star last year in the playoffs, he proved how valuable he was when it mattered most. Western Conference Finals last year, Game 4. OKC just got blown out by 40. Game 4 is actually a close game in Minnesota. Jalen Williams scored 34 points, and 14 of those came in the fourth quarter when they absolutely needed it. Game 5 in the finals, series tied 2 games apiece. An extremely significant Game 5. J-Dub scores 40 points and stepped up when needed most. OKC is currently without that guy, and the team legitimately hasn't missed a beat. Last year, OKC drafted AJ Mitchell in the second round, and I'll be honest, I didn't know too much about him. Even through their dominant season last year, it just felt like he blended in with the rest of their extreme depth. But since his number's been called this year, Sam Presti is actually making his case for the best GM I've seen.
He's getting a remarkable number of minutes in games for a guy that was just a second round pick out of Northwestern. Like he is my first, that's a wrap for the award. He's most improved.
AJ Mitchell is not being used as a rotational player that just defends and spots up and shoots threes. No, OKC's using him as a secondary shot creator, and he's second on their team in assist, usage rate, and he's averaging 17 in 28 minutes. I mean, look at these penetration, downhill scoring, mid-range, attacking the basket type of plays. Without Jalen Williams, he's creating for him and everyone else. If you look at AJ Mitchell this year, basically in a lineup where Shea sits, where it's Aaron Wiggins, Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Alex Caruso, the team has a plus 68 net rating. Even if you look at OKC this year and all their players plus minus, AJ Mitchell is second to Shea. Dude was drafted in the second round. How do they keep doing this? This year, OKC has ran out 5 different starting lineups and they're 12-1. And the one lost against Portland, they were up 20 points and they really shouldn't have lost that. I remember last year, early, we talked about how deep Golden State was and how many minutes they played everyone. We kind of did the same thing with Cleveland, and that's cute. But this is real. This season so far, and I know it's early and I know I might sound a little excited, but OKC has 2 players averaging 30 minutes a night. This season, OKC has nearly 10 players averaging 20 minutes per game. Mind you, Jalen Williams isn't even playing yet.
You show me a team that don't play defense, I'm gonna show you a team that don't win championships.
Oh, and their defense. We all knew their defense was historical last year, but did it even get better? Now I get it's early. They haven't played some of the best offenses yet. They've played some cupcakes, and I'm not going to bore you with numbers too much, but I watched that Golden State game, and then off a back-to-back, I watched that Lakers game. They held the Lakers to 38 points, and they blew them off the court early. Do you actually understand how rare that is for a Luka-led team? In Luka's career, even going back to Dallas, his teams have only scored under 40 points in the first half twice. He's such a generational offensive engine that even last year, when he was quote-unquote fat and out of shape, these were the lowest first halves with the Lakers with Luka. This man scores 15, 20 points in the first quarter alone. The defense last year was historic, as we all know. But this is where they are now relative to the NBA, and this is what that would be historically. Remember I talked about the Josh Giddey trade earlier? Well, Alex Caruso is number 1 in individual defensive rating. Like I said, that's been amazing for Chicago, but these motherfuckers breed talent. They don't really care. Denver so far this season, they've gotten out to one of the best analytical starts that we've seen. Jokic finally has help. He's the best player in the world to me with Giannis. He has a backup center. They made fantastic moves. And the team that beat them last year, that's not even whole yet, they're right above them in basically everything. Then the kicker with this OKC team is how beautifully set up they are for the future. Philly, they look pretty decent this year. So OKC can have their 2026 first round pick next year. The Clippers, they're bad and old, and by 2027, they're probably going to be rebuilding, and OKC gets to swap that pick. The Mavericks, they are unloading everything most likely. Anthony Davis probably will be gone, and they're building everything around Cooper Flag. In 2028, OKC gets to swap that pick. They're probably not going to be able to keep all their talent right now, but again, they're set up so well and they draft so well that they actually feel dynastic. If you guys like this video, I know we're on a streak right now with teams not going back to back and we have so many different champions. But if somebody's going to break it, it's going to be OKC. Follow my social media sites, turn on post notifications. Let me know in the comments how you feel about them. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.